Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Simply Betty. Today, we're talking about something that touches so many homes. It touches a lot of hearts and faith. So, I want us to look at polygamy. I'll briefly like to define polygamy. Polygamy is being married to more than one spouse at the same time. This is common it's been common ever since, not even in our days. It's been common even in the days of our great grandparents. It was even worse in the days of our great grandparents. But I can see the trend is kind of coming back again into system. A lot of men are pushing for a polygamous family. One man having multiple women as wives. That is polygamy. There's no way. There's no way you can have a woman want another woman to share a man with her. It's not possible. It's not something realistic. It's what I feel like men just push and do this to these poor women, knowing that they're either not empowered enough to stand by themselves, or they're either, um, well, some women are there just for what the man has, his assets, his money, and all those things. So they would think about it like, okay, if I leave, am I going to lose all these things? So they're just there, not because they love the man anymore, not because they want to be there. I'm talking about people of my faith. I don't know of any other religion, and I'm not going to talk much about any other religion. But before I dig deep into this topic, I saw a video. I've seen a lot of videos, but there was one that caught my eyes. I'm just going to share it briefly.
Yes.
Me and polygamy,
Yes.
we were enemies.
Are you
I would,
serious?
I would simplify it like that. We were enemies. First of all, I grew up with a single mother.
Oh.
I've never experienced or seen anything like polygamy. I wasn't a Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah. I just converted because of love.
Oh, you converted for the wrong reason. But Alhamdulillah, I hope now you love Islam.
Yeah, of course I do. I
Okay.
met my husband when I was 18 years. Yeah. 18 years. He was 22 years.
Yeah.
We met. I was a born again, by the way. I was a born again Christian. He was a Muslim, yes. We met, we fell in love with each other. He never forced me into converting or what.
You chose it.
I chose because at first I wanted to make him happy.
Right.
I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
I want to be with him.
This in perspective that you converted for this guy, thinking, oh, we're going to build our happily ever after together. And then a few years later, what does he do? He brings in another woman. Now I can imagine. Okay, I can't imagine because I've never been there. Let me not even pretend. I can't imagine how that made you feel. Do you mind sharing?
I'm going to let you watch it briefly for like a few minutes.
So, how did I find out? I met someone, they've changed their name to your husband. Of course, that's a sign. I went, talked to him about it, and he told me the truth.
So you were following each other with Fadila?
No, but we were stalking each other, I would say that.
Like you see she's active and you're like, why is she so active on my man's page? Like, let me try to find out what's up. All right.
Yeah. So when I talked to him, he told me the truth.
Okay, let me go back a little bit. So this woman was happily married to her husband and was pregnant with a twin. She was going to have a twins. This husband lives abroad, doesn't live with her. And he only comes home once in a year. He comes home once in a year to see this woman, and he stays for about 1 month each year. So she gets to see her man once in a year for just 1 month. Okay, she was a Christian, a practicing Christian at that. And according to her, in order to make a man happy, she decided to switch from being a Christian to being a Muslim. Well, I'm not going to judge her choice, anyways. She's an adult. So she made a choice for herself. And now she's done this because of this same man. And now that she's become a Muslim, living with this man, pregnant, I mean, living by herself, pregnant, looking after herself by herself alone, 11 months every year. And this man, out of the 1 month he would spend with her, went ahead to start cheating, was seeing another lady. And because he's a life coach who comes on TikTok and does live videos, people commenting, and sometimes the wife would join as well to see what is going on and just to support her husband. And she said on this faithful day, she joined. And while she was there, she realized that a woman was answering questions or asking questions and was commenting a lot. She picked interest in that woman, like, there's something, she could see a chemistry, like flying from the woman to her husband and vice versa. So she thought, you know what, let me check this woman out. Who is she? It's good to be curious as a woman. You never know what you would find out. So she went on to follow this woman or to just check up her profile and everything. And along the line, she realized that this woman has been posting her husband's pictures with some love captions, putting them together. Sometimes they're holding each other, and then I was like, okay, so this is something is definitely going on between this woman and her husband. So what did she do? She rang the woman up and spoke with this woman, asked her if she had anything to do with her husband. And the woman said to her, why don't you ask your husband? Fair enough. Fair enough. Ask the guy. So she went ahead to ask her husband. Imagine finding out your husband who visits you only once a year has secretly married another woman and he brings her home. What effrontery! Introducing her as your co wife. Introducing this woman to you as your co wife. This woman she discovered the truth. This poor woman is now torn between her faith, her love, and her pain.
Crying.
Oh, reality kicked in then.
Yes. I started crying. I cried. I locked myself in the bedroom. I didn't care if the kids were there or not. It was really, really painful. I had never felt that pain in my life. Alhamdulillah, I went through it. By the way,
How long did it take?
Took me like I think the whole of last year.
Polygamy, especially as we see it practiced in many cultures, is often rooted in inequality, secrecy, and control. It starts first for many as a secret, and then eventually it's either they're caught or the woman finds out, and then they end up bringing the second woman home. She asked her husband, like I said, and he decided to open up. He told her the truth that he's been married to her. They were not even dating, they were married. She knew he was happily married, but she went ahead and married him. Anyways, I'm not judging all these people because sometimes I feel like different religions have different beliefs and what they do. And I'm not here to speak against any religion, but I am a person of faith, like I said, and I'm a Christian. And in my own religion, this would be a no-no. However, I'm speaking as a human being, not for the Christians or Muslims or pagans or whoever, but I'm first speaking as a person. And I feel like as a woman, no woman on this earth is going to wish it upon herself to have another woman share her husband with her, like knowingly. Some would even live under the same roof. You're sleeping in your bedroom alone, and you know in your head your husband is sleeping with another woman next door, right in the same building. Like, I don't get it. Some would even say, oh, they don't live together, the woman lives. No woman, trust me, if a woman agrees for you to do that, if I was a man, I would be afraid of that woman, like she's up to something. No woman in there, right? No, trust me, no woman. If there are people dealing with this, they're not happy. You, that man, don't think you have a second wife, a third wife, a fourth wife. Don't think all these wives are happy. Trust me, they're not happy with each other, neither are they happy with you for doing that. No one, especially the very first woman who, to me, would be the first, the original wife. I would say to you, the first wife isn't happy that the second one came. The second one isn't happy that the first one wasn't kicked out. The second one isn't happy that the third one came. The third one isn't happy that the second and the first were not kicked out. They're all bunch of enemies. When you put two women together as your wives, you have put enemies forever. Enemies that will, they are enemies for the rest of their lives. I've seen some men say, "Oh, don't say that. In the times of our fathers, they did this and they were successful." They were not successful with it. Trust me. A lot of our great grandpas died untimely, not because it was time, their time to die yet. They were not destined to die at that time. But they either died of heart attack, they either died of high blood pressure, they either died from a lot of pressures coming from these women, or even they either died by diabolic powers. Because when you have two, three, four women together, I don't believe these women are born again Christians because, well, I don't want to speak for other people, but I'm speaking for myself. I don't think any born again woman would want to be in a polygamy, in a polygamous marriage. No born again woman, no woman of faith, a true woman of faith will say, "Oh, I'm a woman of faith, I'm born again, and I want to be a second wife to a man." I don't believe this. If there's a woman like that, she should go and check again to be sure she's truly born again, to be sure she knows what she's doing. Because as a person, I don't think it's realistic that two women share the same man. It's not possible. Like, if you're doing it and it's looking possible to you, it's all a facade. It's fake. It's not real. The women are not real. I don't believe any of the women are real with you. No. It's either they're there for your money, it's either, on the other ground, it's possible they don't have a choice. Like, women feel like they don't have a choice when they don't have like jobs, they don't have employment, they don't have economic powers, they're not empowered in any shape or form. So they just, there's some women even got married to this man in the first place because they didn't have a life. Like, in their house, there was nothing to write them about. Their parents couldn't afford nothing. They couldn't go to school. They couldn't have a life. They couldn't have a job. They couldn't. So they just needed an escape route. And as soon as they found one, they jumped into it. Whether they're second, third, fourth, fifth, 17th, they don't care. They're only there for survival because they needed to survive, or they need to survive, not because they love the man so much and want to be a second wife. And trust me, even whilst they're there, I wouldn't trust any of these people because no good intentions would come from a bunch of women put together to share a man. That man is not safe. The women are not safe as well. Everyone is not safe in that family. That's what I believe.
Q&As that I've never shared that have to do with witchcraft. And I didn't think this was a reality because no one has come to me personally to share it. But I've got stories, like three of them, where people have said, for me, in my polygamy, witchcraft surfaced. In polygamy, cheating scandals surfaced. And the witchcraft bit is usually from either the first wife or, yeah.
And the moment you expose your wife to such traumatic heartbreak, to such pain, such emotional pain, some women will go to any length. Trust me, like in those days, they say, our mothers sat there, they did not leave. They were second wife, fourth wife, and they were. You will go to some homes, they have 16 children from four women or five women or six women. They don't even have one university graduate. Why do you think that is happening? Trust me, there are powers sitting in that home because the moment you choose to have a bunch of women compete, rivalry is competition. Polygamy is pure competition.
Happened to me at first.
Yeah.
Before even my husband talked to me, my second wife,
Yeah.
I would compliment her.
Yeah.
She, or how can I say it? She has a big
Nyash.
nyash.
Yeah.
So I knew my man liked that
Yes.
ever since I met him.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Maybe that's why.
This is why.
Yeah.
This is why. I wish I had money. I would go do BBL. Or maybe I should go to town and buy artificial. You know?
By the way, let me tell you something. I know we are talking about this casually, but most of the people who are out there bleaching are bleaching because of things like
True.
this.
Because
People
of
who are out there going through painful surgeries are going through this because of that low self-esteem that they feel sometimes because of the relationships. I'm talking about the relationship scenarios. Many people you see out there who are now out of character, you're like, when did you become this? It's because deep down they feel like, maybe that's why they chose up. And I would like to take this opportunity to speak to every woman out there who is in a polygamous relationship or who has been cheated on. It is never about you. I think the minute you accept that, a man's cheating, a man's marrying of another woman is never about you. It is. It has a lot to do with them. For whatever reason that they are marrying, for whatever reason they are cheating. Please don't ever take the blame. That is.
It's unsafe competition, it's a deadly competition among women. Polygamy is a no no for a Christian. Some women even have so much deep heartbreak from first wives that they actually die from the heartbreak.
Depression hit me. I stopped bathing. I stopped taking care of myself. I hated myself. By the way, I developed low self-esteem.
I can't imagine.
I started blaming myself. Yes, I blamed myself. I was like, maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not beautiful enough for this man. Maybe I wronged him.
I know of one woman who died of heart attack, and they said, oh, she slumped and she died. This was after she found out the man had two other women with children. People kept asking her to stay, stay. Don't leave your marriage, stay. You suffered with this man. You better go and drink your gari and stay safe there than stay with the man and die of anger and hatred and heartbreak, bitter envy, bitter hatred. It can change the chemical substance in your body, and it can actually lead to a physical illness. It can lead to hormonal imbalances. It can lead to myocardial infarction, a serious heart attack. It can lead to stroke, CVA. It can lead to all sort of sicknesses and diseases, even cancer. You don't have to sit there. You don't have to be there. You are not happy with what a man is doing. Yeah, forgiveness is good as a Christian. You forgive the man. But if he's married, bringing another woman to live with you or is sharing you with another woman, especially when there's a woman, some people even go ahead to bring the third, the fourth. What are you still doing there? Must you be there? Do you want to die?
If polygamy is not for you, go. Do not resort to things that are going to worsen the situation. Like everyone has a threshold for pain. If yours is, I can't deal with this, I've given her 3 years. You were talking about boundaries not changing. Hannah, allow me correct you today. Please, we are human beings. We evolve, we change. So do our boundaries. What you are okay now, what you're okay with now might change a year later, might change 3 years later.
Well, I would say we all have different hearts. If your heart can take it, then stay there, enjoy yourself. But if your heart cannot take it, and every day you're constantly having a heartache, at times it would become like angina, a physical chest pain. I ask you to please walk away. Walk away. Empower yourself. Have something doing. Have something doing. So that when you're not scared of suffering, you're not scared of, oh, what are my kids gonna eat if I leave? You would leave and you would enjoy life, trust me. And nothing would happen to you. She should choose herself. The emotional betrayal and mental toll. You can think about it. How emotionally downcasted this woman is. The lack of power and choice. Many women face this in the life of today. The need for education and empowerment, because when a woman is not educated and they are not empowered, like I said, they don't have options. They don't. They cannot make any options. All they have to do is just keep managing, keep staying until one day they probably die untimely, they probably fall sick. Let's look at the biblical perspectives. What does the Bible say about marriage? I'm talking about Christians and those who believe in the Bible, that's what I believe in. What does it say about marriage? Many people point to men like Abraham. They talk about Jacob. They even mention Solomon, who had many wives. But we must understand these stories and not take them out of context. We must understand what really happened. Understand that these stories were descriptive, not prescriptive. They were not something prescribed for men to use, like as you're being created, as you grow up. These are prescriptions for your life that you have to live. It was just a description of what happened to these people at the time. They tell us what happened, not what God commanded, not what God asked you to do as a man. So don't get it twisted, because I've seen a lot of men on TikTok, on social media, just talking about Abraham, about Solomon. There's even a song that says, what did Burna Boy say? He said, I know do past King Solomon. Like, I've not done as much as King Solomon. You don't have to do as King Solomon. You don't have to do. The New Testament's teaching in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24 says, therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one. The Bible says they shall become one. If you're claiming to be a Christian, then let us know what you believe in. Is it the Bible you believe in, or is it something else? If you believe in the Bible, then you have to stick to what the Bible says. It says, they shall be joined to their wife, and these two will become one. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2 says, a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife. He said, you must be blameless, the husband of one wife. Ephesians 5:25 also says, husbands, love your wives just as Christ loves the church and gave his life. It is a love your wives. It is a husband, love your wives. He said, husbands, love your wives. That's multiple men with their wife, referring to them, to love their wife. And he says, as Christ loved the church, that he gave his life for the church. You're a man that should be giving your life for your wife, but you're actually hurting your wife, marrying a second, third. I don't understand it. Please stop it. God designed is one man, one woman, joined in love according to the Christian faith. According to the Christian faith, is one man, one woman. Respect and mutual submission. Anything else creates confusion and pain. It creates inequalities. As a Christian, love, respect, and mutual submission. Nothing else. Bringing another woman, how does that show love? How does that even show respect for anybody? Job could empower yourself, save up money, do something for yourself, and move on with your life. Especially if you're the first person. If you're the second wife, the third wife, fourth wife, I believe it's your choice. You wanted to be in polygamy, that's it. But if you're the first wife, it has happened to you. Life has happened to you. That's what I would say, because it's not your fault that this man went ahead to bring a strange woman to you. And if that has happened to you, you don't have to be there. Oh, you suffered with the man, he built a mansion, you built with him. Get a lawyer. If you had a legal marriage, get a lawyer. Split whatever that is splittable. Even if it doesn't give you enough, take the little you have. It's painful, it's hurtful. Nemesis will catch up with him. Karma will catch up with him. But please, for your life's sake, for your mental health's sake, for your children's life's sake, I beg you, move on with your life. Anyways, enough said about, like, don't mind my fury. Like, it's just like, when I see stories like this, and I hear the women say things like, oh, I love him. Oh, he said I shouldn't leave. He's trying to make myself and my co-wife friends. He is manipulating your life. Trust me. He would bring the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and keep manipulating you. And you will keep sitting there, believing that there is nothing about you. There is a lot about you. There is so much you can do. Let's talk about empowering the girl child. Hmm. I'm going to look at 4 areas or 4 ways you can empower your girl child. Let's look at education and empowerment. Let's look at education and empowerment. Parents, please educate your children, educate your daughters, give them skills, a voice, a future. There's nothing like having a skill. Even if you travel to a new country, let's say you've gone there, you're a university graduate, but you haven't gotten a job yet whilst you're there, your skills can pave way for you. If you're married to that man and he's getting into polygamy and you don't want it, your skill can be your power. It can be your voice. Give your girl child a future that doesn't depend solely on marriage. I don't like it when people's life depends solely on their marriages. Like everything they do, everything they become, everything they say, it's just surrounds their marriage. They cannot have friends, everything is marriage, marriage, marriage. I don't get it. Build your daughter's confidence, build their self esteem, education, confidence, and self esteem. When a girl knows her worth, she won't settle for less. She won't endure abuse or disrespect just to say she is married, to say I am married. I understand the society doesn't even make it easier because once a woman is not married, all eyes are on that woman. All eyes are on her. They say things about her. They make it look like she's demonic for not being married because she has refused to be a second wife. Polygamy is not right for Christians. For any woman, polygamy is not right for you. Polygamy might be accepted in some cultures, but for Christians, it's not God's plan. It's not God's plan. Empower your girl child. Give her skills. Let her have vocations. Let her have education. Let your child learn a skill. While she's getting education, let a skill be on the side so that she can maneuver between a 9 to 5 job, a business, and she can just make money whichever way. Polygamy is not God's plan for your girl child. Marriage should be partnership, not competition. You and your partner should be like this, not competition. Hope for women already in polygamy. I don't know what to say. Like women already in polygamy, come closer, dear sisters. You still have a choice. You can heal. You can rebuild. You can start over. Don't let shame or culture or society imprison you. You are not stuck. You don't have to be stuck. And you don't have to let your girl daughter think polygamy is the right way for them. Polygamy is unhappiness. Even sometimes it's unfaithfulness. Because a lot of women in polygamy, out of not having the man, enough of the man to themselves, some women will, even if you watch the video, maybe I'm just going to play that bit a little bit. Did you hear what she said? Our people at the salon were advising her, saying, take for yourself a young man. Take a young man for yourself to support, to be looking after you too. That's what happens. A lot of men in polygamy don't know what they are into. I would advise to go and have DNA test for all your children because, yep, if you are into polygamy, there's a possibility a woman is hurting that you've spent several nights with one wife and you haven't come to them, probably because the child of that wife is unwell or sick or something is going on and you've spent more time there, taking part of our own time to spend with the other wife. Whilst you are with the other wife, are you sure a man is not with this wife? It's like somebody chasing after 2 to 3 things. Sometimes you would have nothing. You are chasing after 4 women. 4 of the women, you might have none of them in the real sense. They could be yours. You're going to sleep with this, someone else is sleeping with the other 3. You can only be with one person at a time. When you are with one, there are 3 men with the other 3. When you are with 2, there are 2 men. When you are with the other, there are men with the other women. And you guys are passing diseases, especially because it's a marriage. We're talking about marriage. If you were dating, you could zip up and say, I'm not interested, I'm not doing. But in marriage, doing is compulsory. So if doing is compulsory and you are doing, then tell me, how are you sure The 4 women you're doing, none of them is doing another man whilst they're missing you. And because they're doing other men, you will come back and do them and take the do to the other innocent way. And at the end of the day, you are sharing the same disease. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know how these things happen. Sometimes it looks to me like it's not happening. It looks to me like it's not happening. And I see even young people take themselves into it. All of you go do HIV tests. All of you go do STD tests. All of you go look after your health. All of you look after your mental health. All of you go sit down and rethink and say the truth to yourself. You are not in any way, shape, or form stuck. Move on. Life is not all about money. It's not all about wealth. It's not all about assets. It's about happiness. It's about joy. It's about eating one meal and being happy for the rest. Just be happy. What makes you feel your tomorrow will not be great? What makes you feel you cannot do good for yourself as a person? I don't care whether you're a woman or man. I believe every human being can do great for themselves. Don't be lazy. Stand up. Sit up. Get a life. Get a job. Learn a trade. Learn a skill. Learn a vocation. Do something. So there is no way I will talk about all of this and say nothing to the men. To the men, come closer. It's time to do better. It's time for you all to do better. But I will also say this truthfully. The cycle will stop. You see that cycle? It will stop. When women stop agreeing to it, this cycle will stop. Women need to stop agreeing to it, and the men would stop. Let's all raise a generation that values truth, fairness, and real love. A generation that values hard work, not laziness. Some women want to drive the biggest cars. They want to have all the wealth. They're not ready to do the job. Then they will be fourth wives. They will be third wives. They will be second wives. They will be 15th wives because there is money there. Go enjoy the money. But let me remind you, the rich also cry. They say, they'd rather be crying in a Bentley. Hey, there's some crying that will blind your eyes. If you are blind, can you drive your Bentley? You will be blind driving rubbish. Polygamy isn't just about many wives. It's about broken trust. It's about pain. It's about imbalance. Let's empower our girls. Let's empower our women. And if you are that first wife, you are still hurting, your healing would come. You would find succor. You will find healing. God will heal you. Raise your boys so that they will not be like your husband. And raise your girls so that they will not end up like you. They will end up as women who honor marriage, who loves marriage, and as men who loves faithfulness, because that is what God intended for us. God's intention is for us to be faithful, to be happily married to one man and one woman, to have children, to reprocreate, to multiply, to reproduce, to sleep and be peaceful, knowing your husband is beside you, hugging you every day of your life. Oh my God. I don't know how people, I'm concluding right now, so I don't even want to take more time because this video is long enough already. But I don't know how people sit down and say they enjoy polygamy. It's a lie from the pit of hell. It's a big lie. You come back from work in the evening. Your husband is back from work in the evening. All you want to do is grab some food. Look at the children. How are they doing? Have 1 or 2 jokes around with the kids. They have their dinner. Read on your homework. Get your book. You are supporting one kid. Your husband is supporting the other kid. There's no rivalry, no competition. Nobody is waiting and getting angry that he's spending too much time with his own kids. You do all of this. Your husband is hiring you. Trust me. He's eyeing you. He's tickling your fantasy. You're giggling with style. Even your kids are wondering what's going on with mom and dad. Even what your kids learn, the sort of atmosphere it gives to the children. I don't know. I don't understand what men want to enjoy. I don't get it. The worst part is the men that has four wives and cannot satisfy any of them. I don't get it. What is the point? What's the point? I've, if you're looking for women who cry for not being satisfied in the other room, it's the women who have their husbands have multiple wives. They are crying every day for what this thing. And I'm thinking, people who have one husband and one wife, they have too much of it. They are even fed up with it. It's such a pity. It's such a pity. It's so sad. It's a lie from the pit of hell. It's a preaching that we should disregard, we should discontinue. As women say no, no. We should go on the street with plaque and say no, 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 we do not accept this. Don't give up on yourself. Don't look at yourself like, I'm in my 40s, in my 50s, I don't have one. If I find a married man, I would jump into it. Oh, it's a pity. You are jumping into hell, into trouble, everlasting trouble. Your life would have been peaceful, but jumping into it, you are jumping into turmoil, storm, everlasting storm that can even end your life. Be careful. Let's stay trusting God, loving ourselves. Self-love is another thing. There will be another video for that. Love yourself so much beyond anything that no man will drag you into polygamy and make you feel, I love you so much. It's right for you to be there. I'm sorry. It's not God's plan for us, and we shouldn't accept what is not God's plans for us. Love you so much. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching my videos. Please, if you have not seen my other episodes, kindly watch them. Put your comments below. What do you think about this woman's story? What would you do if you were in her shoes? What do you think she should do? I don't think she wants to do anything. She has given up. She's fine to being that married like that. But would you stay if you were the one? What would you do? Is it worth it? Is it worth fighting for a man that has multiple women? What's the point? What are you still fighting for? I don't know. I don't know. But please leave your comments down below. Share this video. If you have not subscribed, it's unfair. It's not fair. Subscribe to this channel, please. I really appreciate you. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.